Hello and welcome. I'm so very grateful that you have made it to this very moment and this space here. In this video, I'll be going over Sun Salutation or Surya Namaskar C. There are 3 different variations of Sun Salutation. So if you are not familiar or if you'd like to get to know A and B, go ahead and check the description for this video and I will link my videos to those down there. And we'll be going over the basics. So I'll show you the modified versions of some of the asanas or poses traditionally used for Surya Namaskar C. And then I'll go into the full expression of the flow. Traditionally, sun salutations are used to salute the sun, hence the name. But they're also a very good way to warm up the body before any practice, whether it's at the gym or on your mat, or sometimes if I want to move my body and I want to warm up and I want to get the blood flowing and stuff like that, then I will just flow through a couple sun salutations. This is actually my go-to version of the sun salutations. I do like A and B, but C is kind of just my own personal comfort zone. So before we begin, I do want to remind you that this is your practice. So with the modifications, even if maybe today you are not able to do that, then just be sure to stay within your limits. Like if something is painful, then dial it back a little bit and really tune into your body. At some point throughout this flow here, we'll link our breath with our movement. And again, just if it's too much, then either skip it or do something a little more simple. Or if you are very new to the practice and it seems a little bit too much, then just go ahead and relax in a nice cozy child's pose, or even savasana, like laying on your back with your arms out. I call it a starfish. I like to starfish. Do that often. Okay, so again, this is your practice. Today is a new day, a different day. If something looks or feels different than it did before, that's totally normal. And I just want to let you know this is a comfort zone. This is not a no pain, no gain situation here. This is a stay in your comfort zone. And maybe at some point you'll want to reach past and stretch further or something, but really it's just about honoring your body where it is, honoring your mind where it is, and just finding the connection between mind, body, spirit here, okay? So let's get started. As with Sun Salutation A and B, we do start at the top of our mat in Tadasana. You can either stand with your knees together, or I like to have them hip width apart. So do whatever is most comfortable for you. I like to begin by rocking back and forth on the feet. I think it helps to just kind of awaken the energy, that grounding energy, and kind of get me in the mood for my practice. It also helps me to connect all 4 corners of the foot to the mat so I can feel a really nice connection to the ground. And Tadasana seems like you're just standing here. However, it is a very active pose. Pretty much every part of your body is activated here. So your feet are strong and straight. Your legs are sturdy. You feel nice and strong in the legs. There's a micro bend in the knees. However, you are engaging your quads and your kneecaps are pulling up. So it's kind of a weird sensation if it's brand new to you. Your hips are nice and strong here above the thighs. Your rib cage is lifting up out of that midsection, which is opening your heart space, bringing your shoulder blades together. Your chin is parallel with the ground, and your hands are out to the side, kind of away from the body. They're not just kind of chilling here. To keep those shoulder blades engaged, you are bringing your hands, palms facing forward, and keeping nice wide open fingers, okay? So very active pose, even though it looks like from the outside sometimes that you might just be standing there. What's good about this one is it's a very grounding pose, especially if you have a really good imagination and can picture things in your brain. And what I like to do here is close my eyes, tune into my body, and I imagine a bright white light coming in through the very top of my skull, warming my forehead, dripping down into my throat area, warming and flowing down into my heart space, down my arms, through my fingers, down into the very center of my belly. And as it flows even further down into the pelvic bones and hips, and warming up the thighs, the knees, the shins and the calves, and it finally makes its way to the feet. And through the feet, the light continues down into the earth beneath me, growing roots, finding strength within the support that is beneath my body. Good. And now that we have made it here, we're going to inhale our arms up, keeping the same stability within the body as we have in Tadasana. We're just moving the shoulders and the arms here. The shoulders are not coming up into the ears. They're staying nice and relaxed. The hands are still engaged. I see a lot of times when people are just beginning, or maybe they don't know kind of the anatomy of yoga, they'll hinge back and crunch their lower back, or they'll open their neck all the way and crunch the back of their neck. We are not doing that today. Though those types of movements can cause injury, especially if you're not particularly used to certain positions. So go ahead and inhale the arms up, take a deep breath in. Exhale, we're gonna fold forward. You can keep a nice bend in the knees here. We're gonna fold all the way down with a big exhale. And you can sway the hips from side to side here. And if your hands don't quite reach the floor here, you can use either a couple yoga blocks or a stack of books or maybe a cushion or two, something firm for your hands to plant into, okay? You're going to take a deep breath in. You're going to look halfway up and look forward. And keeping your gaze at the floor, shoulder blades come together again. So we got a nice flat back from the tailbone all the way to the top of the skull. So your head isn't hanging down and it isn't crunching up looking at the sky. You have a nice neutral gaze down at the floor beneath you. And exhale, fold even deeper. Good. We're going to drive that right foot back, coming into a low lunge. So go ahead and drop that back knee. And this is really good for the hip flexors. And you can either keep your hands on the ground here, or if you'd like to, you can come up and put your hands on your knees, on your hips, maybe up in a cactus pose, bringing the shoulder blades together again, or even above your head if it's more comfortable for you. Wherever you are in your practice, honor that. Good. And for this asana, you really want the knee stacked above the ankle. There are certain positions where we do want to drive the knee past the toes, but for this one, you really want that knee stacked above the ankle there. And make sure it's not kicking in or out, just a nice 90-degree there, angle there. Good. And you should feel this in your hip flexors. Maybe if it's more comfortable, you can put one hand on your knee, and the same leg that's back, you're going to take that arm and reach it up. You might feel a little extra stretch on that side of the body. Good. So we're going to take a deep breath in and exhale, hands come down onto the mat. You're going to kick that back foot into downward dog. Good. Let's just take a couple breaths here. Sway the hips back and forth. Good. Just get comfortable in downward dog. Your hands are still active here, so nice wide fingers. Good. What I see a lot is when people are in downward dog, they forget that they have fingers and they seem to just press their wrists into the ground, and that will eventually cause injury. So be sure that when you are in a downward dog, you are still pressing into the ground with your fingertips, bringing your chest towards your thighs. And if your feet are not yet fully touching the ground, you can keep your knees bent as much as you need to here, okay? Once again, this is your practice. Good, okay? We're gonna inhale into plank, and instead of going into the full expression this time, we are going to drop the knees, coming into a tabletop. We're going to drop the chin nice and slow down to the ground and swoop up into a cobra pose. Cobra pose here, shoulders are together and away from the ears. The neck is not going all the way back. You have a nice neutral straight spine. Good, and exhale, back to downward dog. Okay, in the next inhale, we're gonna lift that right leg up. Exhale and swoop it forward. You're gonna kind of round your back here, bringing the knee into the chest, and then you'll be able to get that foot forward. And sometimes that front foot won't quite get up there and you end up like this, that's okay. What's easiest is to scoot that back foot back rather than pushing the right foot forward. So just something to remember there. And as always in hatha or yoga or asana practice, we want to do the same thing that we did on both sides. So make sure that whatever you did on the left side, you're going to do it on the right side. So maybe one hand is here, one hand is here. Maybe your arms are in a cactus. Maybe both arms are up. Either way, and you can untuck that back toe. Ooh, take a couple breaths, really feel that stretch here. Try not to arch your back too much here. Got a nice neutral spine. Good, inhale. Exhale, hands come down to the mat. Left foot comes up to meet the right. Gonna inhale halfway up and look. Exhale, all the way fold. Good. Inhale, and I like to roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. Nice and slow, having the head come up last. Good. Inhale the arms all the way up. And exhale down, back into Tadasana. Nice mountain pose. And take a moment to see how you feel. What's going on in your mind? What's going on in your body? Notice your breath. Notice the heat start to increase within your body here. So that was the modified version of Sun Salutation. We did a low lunge instead of a high lunge, and we did knees, chest, and chin instead of chaturanga. We also did cobra instead of up dog. So I will now go in and show you the full expression of the asanas in Sun Salutation C. And if you're with me, awesome. If not, and if you'd like to do the modified version, go ahead, follow along as you like. I'm just here to guide you however you need guided. All right, so finding Tadasana, nice and active, good. And also here, you don't want your butt kicked out or too hunched in. Your tailbone is slightly tilted in, but it's not like you're not squeezing the glutes or hunching over like that. You're just slightly tucking the tailbone as you lift the chest, bringing the shoulder blades together. Okay, here we go. We're gonna inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway up and look. Your hands can be on the floor, on your shins, or on your thighs, whatever feels most comfortable for you. Deep breath out. Good. This time bringing the left foot back first. And we can stay in a high lunge, either keeping your hands on the ground, really driving that back heel towards the wall behind you. Or you can put your hands on your knees, on your hips, or all the way up into a crescent lunge, whatever feels best for you. And we're going to take a deep breath in. Exhale, fold forward. Right foot goes back to meet the left in a downward dog. Once again, swaying the hips, opening up the side body. Take a couple breaths here. I do recommend mostly breathing through your nose during your practice. However, sometimes I really like to clear the energy and move that energy around in the body. So I take a deep breath in through the nose and exhale out through the mouth. Nice audible sigh here. Good. Also in downward dog, just keep in mind you do want your head to just kind of hang here. So you can shake it no, nod it yes. Good. And we're going to inhale into high plank. This time coming into full chaturanga. So we're going to shift our bodies forward by rolling up onto the tips of our toes. As we inhale and then exhale, start to bend the elbows, keeping them into the body. Good. And inhale, upward dog. So upward dog, the only thing touching the mat right now is your feet and your palms. And once again, keeping the shoulder blades together away from the ears. Good. Deep breath in. Exhale, drop the knees. Kick those hips back and up. Good. Breathe. Inhale the left leg up this time. And as you exhale, drive that knee through. Once again. Good. Coming into a lunge, doing whatever you did on the other side, do it on this side. Once again, try not to really arch the back here. You don't want to crunch that lower back and create any pain. Deep breath in. Exhale. Right foot comes up to meet the left. Deep breath in, halfway up and look. Exhale, fold deeper. Good. And inhale, bend the knees. Roll the back up. Vertebrae by vertebrae. Rolling those shoulders back. Inhaling all the way up. Exhale, hands come down to the side. Good. Closing your eyes, coming into a nice strong Tadasana. Shoulders are relaxed. You should feel the heat. You should definitely feel the heat in your body here. I hope you are finding a beautiful practice here so far. Take a deep breath in, out through the mouth, in through the nose. Take a second to calm your body, slow the breath. Relax the mind. And tune in. Notice any changes within the body so far in your practice. Notice any changes in your mind so far in the practice. And just tuning in, we are simply observing, never judging. Always just taking it as it is and accepting it for everything that it is right here in this moment and in this space. Okay. Whew. This feels pretty warm already. Okay, so we are going to run through that one more time. Pretty quick. I'm going to just do a flow and I will talk you through it. And I'll also go a little bit quicker. And I'm going to once again do the full expression But if you're not there, then go ahead and do the modified version. Again, staying within your limits today, however you feel good. And that is that. Okay, go ahead and find your mountain pose. Deep breath in, reach all the way up. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway up and look. Exhale, right foot comes back. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, arms go down. Left foot meets the right, downward dog. Inhale, forward. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, back. Inhale, right foot goes up. Exhale, right foot comes through. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, arms go down. Left foot comes up to meet the right. Inhale, halfway up and look. Exhale, all the way down. And nice big full inhale as you roll up. All the way reaching. Exhale, arms come down, Tadasana, mountain pose. Good, and that is that. So that is Sun Salutation C. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. I would love any and all feedback. If this video was super helpful for you, or at least a little bit, go ahead and share it with somebody who you think might help them too. Like, subscribe, follow if you would like more of this. If there is a certain position or asana that you're interested in learning, but you're not sure quite how to get into it, feel free to comment that below as well, and I will do a little tutorial on that if I can, okay? Thank you so much for coming and being here. I appreciate you and your energy so very much. Namaste.